So I wrote this a few weeks ago. I decided today that next week I'm going to film the third season of my YouTube web series, Telling Our Stories. The season is called Black, Gay, and Aging. I reached out to my personal friends to be a part. Just as I expected, some declined because they are having their own issues around aging. One said, I just don't know if I want to reveal that to society and your huge ass following. It's something I've been struggling with for a long time. It's so real when you get older. Your health starts to fail. I'm still alone. And shit just seems hopeless. I'm sorry, Craig. You know I love you and have supported you since day one. I just can't be that publicly vulnerable. It broke my heart because so many suffer in silence, alone. But in public, the life of the party. He went on to say, I just looked up and I'm here. I don't know what I envisioned, but it wasn't this. But what choice do I have? Like you said, we're all aging. I know I need some therapy behind this. I'm trying to figure it out myself and I'm failing miserably. I've felt this pain before, just not about aging. My pain has always been connected to some disappointment I've experienced in relationships. I don't like breakups. I don't know if I ever want to try again because I don't want to feel another heartbreak, pain. The kind my friend feels about aging. I still believe in love, I just question relationships. At one point in my life, I think I looked at relationships through rose-colored glasses. I don't think most have the stamina for long-term or lifetime partnership. So many say partnership is what they want, but do they really? Is it just something to say so that no one thinks you're the problem in all of your relationships? Because if most of us are saying that we want the same or very similar things, then why haven't we found each other? Why are there so few examples of long-term relationships? Why are most of us single? How is it possible that we keep missing each other in passing? We're going to the same places, season after season. We know many of the same people, even in a variety of different cities. It's about 1 degree of separation in the community, not 6. We claim that we want to be in something serious, but are our standards too high? Or do we have an unrealistic type of guy that we're looking for? Do we make too many excuses or set so many unreachable standards that no one can reach the bar? Not even you, if someone set those same standards for you to meet. Could any of those sex buddies, pieces, or situationships that we had along the way have matured into something special? No? Not one? Are some of us afraid to age out of fear of growing old and alone? Or are we afraid of not looking as youthful anymore? Could that be the real reason some are afraid of aging? Because chances are we played at times we should have gotten serious about someone. One of those pieces that we kept in situationship status should have graduated to the something special category. Instead, we made excuses to keep playing, to keep running. We just couldn't choose one, at least not yet. After all, we're still young and got body. Figured you'd play a little longer and settle down soon, but soon never comes. Now you're mid-50s. You just couldn't decide with so many options. You knew quantity didn't mean quality. Nevertheless, you just weren't ready at the time, always thinking there was something better at the next corner. There were more rocks that you hadn't uncovered, so you jumped back on Jack'd, Grindr, Tinder, Facebook dating, Hinge for a minute, even after you vowed you were done with them the last time you were on it. But you're going out of town soon. So you'll just log in while you're out of town and take it off your phone before you fly back to your home. But somehow you forget to delete it from your phone and you end up on the app for another 6 months. You were convinced there were more stones left unturned, then bam, you're knocking at 60. Still on the prowl, still in search of satisfaction, bouncing around to the same clubs and bars you've been in and out of for the last umpteen years, hoping to see some new faces. But no, it's the same old folk who were there the last time you made your rounds and are there again tonight, just like you. But now it's your turn to have the guy that used to date another guy that you used to see at the club a while back. In true merry-go-round fashion, you hop on the carousel until your time is up and it's someone else's turn to get on that same ride. You keep your eyes open for your time to be up. Don't worry, it's not going to be long at all. 10 years later, you're still opening and closing new and old dating apps because you're serious this time. But this time, you're 60 plus and you only like boys who don't want you. They're not attracted to you. You're only attracted to them. They may entertain you for a few dollars, and occasionally you feel generous. And you tell yourself, what the hell? You only live once. So you become comfortable paying for company, sex, to feel better about yourself, knowing full well if this young nigga was really interested in you, it wouldn't last long because he can only go so far because he doesn't have the mental or financial bandwidth to keep up with you. But you knew that when y'all started kicking it. And truthfully, you were okay with it because you want to be in charge anyway. You want someone you can control. You don't want someone on your actual level. Otherwise, you date someone in the near vicinity of your age. Yet you dive in anyway, only to complain that he doesn't make enough money to do the things that you can. Or you judge him for his credit score when in actuality, you just cleaned your credit score up your damn self. Again, more excuses, more reasons to run. Not tired yet? Secretly, you aren't really trying to settle down because now you're set in your fucking ways and no one can tell you shit except your friend from 20 years ago. You spend a grip on a designer dog with a designer name, expensive clothes, weekly haircuts and other grooming to feel better about yourself, but you're lonely and you just don't want to admit it to anyone, including yourself. So you hide behind labels and other material things. Your little designer dog keeps you company in that big ass house that you bought to live in alone. But that house was a status symbol for your ego. The silence there is so loud that it's deafening and you pretend to ignore it. But you can't. The silence is too loud. You think about it most nights, so you start to drink a little bit more than you used to cope, to quiet the noise just a bit, enough to fall asleep. You've even reduced yourself to hiring escorts or inviting perfect strangers into this beautiful home for the sake of having sex, when the truth is you really just need a hug. I want to tell the stories that many of us are living but are afraid to admit out loud. Do we wait too long to get serious about love and real partnership, real building? Do we wait too late in life? Because it seems like everything else comes first. Degrees, businesses, careers, friends, more money, and casual sex with random strangers. Or are those just more excuses to not do the work and fight for it? Is it pride and ego? Our inability to admit fault? To say, I'm sorry, I was wrong, I apologize? Or are we consistently and constantly looking for a straight man in a gay man, knowing that will never happen? I've said before, love doesn't wait for us to organize our life to show up. I guess the message here is, don't get to the end of your life and realize you could have done some things differently. Don't wait too late. And that was it.
That's good.
So I don't know what I'm going to do with that.
I'm going to slip my wrist.
I feel like it's a part of a larger work to come. I don't know what it is, but I just felt like it kind of worked its way into this conversation. Any reactions? I'm open to them, like whatever you think, whatever you were feeling.